The Kikis always want attention when the lights are on and the camera is actioning. Hello and welcome to today's video where I want to talk about life after dreadlocks, sort of some advice for the dread journey and life after the dread journey. I really haven't thought much about the format of this video. I just thought it would be good to update on the dread stuff. I do want to make a dreadlock journey video where I show my whole dreadlock journey, pictures and videos and input on what I actually learned from dreads. But in this video right now, I want to talk about life after dreads. And so it has been 13 months since I shaved my head last. It has been a year and a half since I had dreadlocks. And here is my advice to those considering removing their dreads. Okay, 1. Brushing out is a great option. Like, if you have the patience, brushing out your dreadlocks can mean that you can still have hair right after. However, the hair will likely be damaged and you might be like not into it, right? Because like you dreadlocked your hair in the first place because you weren't really connected to it, or maybe like you wanted to change, so then going back to what was before, you might find yourself wanting to do a dramatic cut or style or a dye job or something like that. But as far as brushing out dreads, you would want to use a ton of conditioner and oil and just take out one knot at a time with like tweezers or the bottom of a pintail comb and just keep them saturated and slide out one knot at a time. It will take so long and you'll lose a big bunch of hair, but it's actually what you shed during your journey that stayed in the lock. Make sense? Okay, so option 2, cutting your dreads and then brushing out little nubbins. That is what I would recommend, because then you can have this length of hair instantly, right? Because this is 13 months of growth, so I learned that it's about a ½ inch growth per month. So if you're gonna, option 3, shave your dreads, you've got a very humbling journey before you of regrowing your hair, and it's going to take a while to get to the point where you can even tuck your bangs behind your ears or fit it in a bunny and not just have a ball of fluff. However, it is an amazing journey to completely shave it and let go of the whole identity of the hair and just start from scratch. Oh, still growing the bangs out. It's barely there. I chose to shave mine instead of just even cutting them and brushing them out, which in retrospect maybe I would have done that, but I felt the need for a complete reset of myself, and also I had lice. And the lice, there was a lot, and there was a lot of eggs. That is why I decided to just shave them. And also, I always wanted a shaved head at one point in my life, and when's a better time than when you're getting rid of your dreadlocks with lice infestedness? Yeah, a lot of people on YouTube especially have said just, you could have brushed them out. I definitely know that, but I didn't want to. What else would I want to say about advice after dreads? I've gotten the feedback, your hair's grown so fast. The longer it's been since you've seen me, the faster you think my hair grows. The fact that I rarely post selfies or videos makes people think it grows fast because they see me after long gaps of time. The average hair growth is 1/2 inch per month, meaning 6 inches per year, which means next year my hair will be like down to here. I did not know that in 2 years you can have that length of hair. And here's how. Don't cut it. I know people think that trimming it is gonna help it grow. That doesn't make sense. You guys have heard that, right? Some people say that. Stop damaging it. Don't blow dry it and strain it every day. Clearly I straightened mine today. Luckily my hair is pretty fine and straight already, so I'm pretty much just taking out what sleep did to it, and I'm using only really natural shampoo. I'm actually using our dreadlock shampoo because I love it. It's really natural and residue free, sulfate free. It's not harsh at all. So I just still use that shampoo. So I'm actually gonna start selling that as just a normal shampoo as well. So you can find that on our website. It is amazing. We discovered it when we were living in Hawaii. Some of the people that lived in the community on Maui we lived in, they went over to Thailand and formulated this and then brought it back, and now they distribute it. And so who we actually get the shampoo from is Blue Bottle Love, which they sell some amazing blue bottles and other things. That's who got us onto even using blue glass. Where was I? Oh, hair care to grow hair. I've been using conditioner now, only organic conditioner. That's really creamy because my hair gets so fly away-y, like frizzy, fluffy. So I have to use a lot of conditioner, get it nice and good, and then after my shower I also use a spray which has a little bit of aloe juice and a little bit of bamboo extract. These things on my hair make it not fluffy or fly away and also not oily. Those will also be available on our website. I basically just want to have available everything that I create for myself to use. And I create things for myself because I don't often like to purchase things over and over, especially if it's like I'm gonna be using it a lot. I'm just gonna figure out how to make it in bulk. Thank you, Mom, for that ideal that you raised me with. Seriously. That's why I am the way I am today. I wish I could tell you guys, go check out her website so you can see what she does, but my mom don't have a website because she just works by word of mouth, but she's an artist of freaking all trades, and it is inspiring. Some people, when they're on the hair growth journey, they are like all about taking supplements. I just am not very good at doing that regularly. Today, actually, I took my liquid biotin, but it would be the first time I took it in like 2 months. So I'm not good at taking supplements regularly at all, which I could be way better at doing because I'm a vegan and vegans need supplementation to stay healthy. So quite a few people have asked me like, are you gonna do dreadlocks again? I miss your dreadlocks. And honestly, I miss them too. It made me feel freaking beautiful and I loved them. However, I have grown a lot since I did the dreadlocks, and in the meantime, I have decided that I really just want to see what does my natural hair feel and look like. I'm super surprised at how healthy and shiny, and it's not thick, but it's thicker than I thought it was. And it has a natural wave, which I didn't know. It grows faster than I thought it did. And the color is richer than I've always told it was. I just want to touch on the hair regrowth journey that I was not expecting it to be so just hard to go through the hair regrowth. It helped me so much overall in letting go of this ideal of beauty, or that I had this responsibility to be beautiful for other people's eyes and for my own. It led me to this place of just humility and embracing who I was and what I looked like. And I was slowly over time able to, and I'm still working on letting go of this feeling of owing beauty. I'm just trying to figure it all out and feel good about myself for myself. It is still something I'm working on to completely love myself, my appearance. It's literally like embarrassing to even confess, but yeah, so it's a constant work and I feel good about it. I don't often have the fantasies I used to have, which were starting a trend where we wear bags on our heads, and it's just normal to go around with like a face mask or bag on so that nobody can see your face and it's not like weird or scary. Why do I have to be looked at just because I need to do things in the world? It would keep me in the house a lot and keep me off camera and stuff like that. I'm feeling like I've done a lot of work to get over that. Just more self-acceptance, which is a whole new word for me to work on. Self-love was big, and I feel like I've come to understand that over the last few years, but self-acceptance is another thing that I never even thought about. Oh, another thing about life after dreadlocks is a sudden shift in how people perceive they perceived me. Was I used to get a lot of looks and even people wanting to talk to me simply because of my dreadlocks, and then shaved and suddenly I was an invisible person. Well, let me go back. When I had a freshly shaved head, people would be like, wow. So then I almost saw myself being tempted to stick to that look just because I was getting so much good feedback. Ooh, I'm rocking the bald head. I don't want to lose that, but I did it because I wanted to grow my hair out. I didn't want to have a shaved head forever. It was interesting to just play the invisible person and just wear a hat, like cover myself up and be invisible after years of kind of being a vibrant looking person. I really had to find a balance of how much makeup to use because I found myself wanting to really use a ton of makeup to make up for the no hair, and then I just went completely makeup free and swore it off for a few months, and now I'm finding a balance again of just how much self-care feels good for me versus how much I'm dependent on. I definitely feel myself fall out of balance with things like that. Another thing I wanted to say is when I shaved my dreadlocks and washed my hair for the first time, it was like, even just touching my head right after and going like this was just amazing, because having hair in sections for that long, you get used to it, but oh my gosh, the feeling of liberation after brushing it out was huge. I didn't brush them out after shaving them. It was huge. And guess what? I bleached my freaking scalp twice and toned it a couple days later, and it went completely numb and tight and dry for weeks. So it was like that sensation of deliciousness. I instantly disappeared it by overprocessing and damaging my hair. Bleaching a shaved head, you're literally applying bleach straight to the scalp. Not safe, not healthy, wouldn't recommend it, even though it's a sexy look. Oh, and by the way, something I wasn't expecting was my section lines remained for weeks after shaving my head, so it looked like I had patchy hair that was falling out, so I looked sick. And I had a cancer patient approach me one day wanting to connect over our illness, and it was very awkward. I gotta say that I did not miss having the wetness of the dreads all the time. I loved being able to just get my hair wet anytime and then dry it immediately. I would get my head wet in the shower all the time when I had a shaved head versus like always keeping it dry. And then it was just amazing to be able to go swimming at a lake and be like, oh, I'm gonna swim, and go to hot springs and be like, oh, I'm gonna soak. With the dreads, it was always the thing to think about because I hated them being wet and dripping for so long. And I was pretty paranoid about getting dread rot or mold in them, so that contributed to it all. So, what else? Oh, I absolutely never have an itchy scalp or dandruff issue at all when I have normal hair. And it would just kind of, from the pulling and the tight hairs, it would cause little dry patches. And the only way to treat them for me was either preventing them with our oil, and then sometimes I would have to use Head and Shoulders, which I recommend to a lot of people when they write me saying, what do I do? The dandruff is so bad. Head and Shoulders, put it directly on your scalp, let it soak for like 10 minutes, and do it again the next day. And then it should be taken care of, because what's actually happening is you got fungus, girl, and it kills the fungus. One more thing. When I had normal hair before dreadlocks, I was washing my hair pretty much every day because it would get so greasy that I had to wash it every day or every other day. And the second day, I would pretty much just put it up because it was like piecey and greasy is what I would say. But now, ever since the dread journey and adjusting my hair to only be washed like every other week, now I pretty much only wash it every week, and it almost just gets more voluminous and bouncy. It does start to get a little greasy at the end. I'm basically training my hair by washing it less and less. It creates less and less grease. So you can adjust the amount of grease you produce by lowering the amount you wash. And also, what are you washing with? How irritating is it? How harsh is it? Overall, I've really enjoyed reconnecting with my hair because I was in a place of really not liking it for years and just doing all this crazy stuff to it. And I've come to believe now, since growing my hair back in, that most people probably would look best with their natural hair color. That's why our body produces it, and other looks feel fun to play with and everything, but natural is amazing. And so is everything else too, but natural is too. To tie it all up, the dreadlock journey is a journey. It takes a while for them to mature. It takes a while to even put them in. It takes a lot of self-love to get through the awkward phases, and then when the dread journey is over, like, you just feel it inside. And I felt it inside before I got the lice, and the lice forced me, thank goodness. And so my kitty's back right in time to wrap up the video. If you're in the spot where you have your dreadlocks, no matter how long you've had them, 6 months, 6 years, and you're just feeling like it's time to let go of that energy, because they do hold energy, y'all. And if you're feeling like letting it go, I encourage it. Hair grows back, and it grows fast, and it's really good for the soul, the ego, and the identity, because it's like, wait, who am I without this? Over-identifying with the visual aspects of ourselves, which is one reason. Another reason I love adornment is because I get to change how I look all the time in subtle ways to match my shifts, which are constant. Thanks for watching my videos. I really seriously appreciate it. It makes me really happy to see thumbs up, especially in high ratios, because I'm like, wow, it's being received well. And then the comments. I have the chills right now just thinking about how nice you guys are to me. It's so amazing to be able to get feedback like that for just sitting here in front of a camera right now talking about my own self. Like, how magical is that I get to talk about myself and you guys like it? Okay. Tears of gratitude and joy. Okay, guys, I can't make them go away, so I'm just gonna keep talking with tears brimming. I just felt like asking, what videos do you guys want to see? I started a list. I have like 5 different lists from different chapters of my life of videos I've wanted to make, but I never got to. So if I actually show up semi-daily to make these, maybe I'll get through them all. But I'd love to know what you guys want to see from me, because I'm an open book. I will work on being as open as possible. So I invite you to ask me anything, and I will hopefully eventually get to those videos, especially if they really appeal to me, because I really only like to work on things I'm passionate about. But also, if it helps others, then I'm passionate about it. So, and then I will like shout you out if I do your idea. Okay? So, wrapping it up. Oh, if you have dreadlocks because of our videos or anything like that, use hashtag wiredandstonedanddreaded, and then we're more likely to come and check out your hair and be like, whoa, those look awesome. Because honestly, your guys' hair looks awesome when you do it yourself. And when people email me asking me to do theirs or just asking for advice to find people in the area, I'm like, just do yours or get a friend's help, watch our videos, do yours. Seriously, it's gonna work. It takes practice, but luckily you've got a lot of hair to work on, so yeah, just dedicate some time, earn some patience, and you will develop a deeper connection with your dreadlocks and be able to maintain them yourself. The next video I'm going to make is going to be an unboxing video of our dreadlock hair care products. I just want you guys to see what it looks like when you order a dreadlocking care kit or a dread journey kit. Check out our website where those will be at getwiredandstoned.com. And follow our Instagrams where I'm much more active at this point. I post every day almost on Instagram at Wired and Stone, and at The Golden Glow, which is my personal page, which I share more personal stuff, where Wired and Stone's more like broad. But the point is to help people awaken to their own magic and beauty and the beauty of nature in the world, and just getting back to the basics. You know what I mean? Yeah. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Maybe this is your first time seeing Wired and Stoned. Like it if you like it. Comment if you want to. Okay. Have an amazing day. Go share your magic with everyone.